Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 46 of the New York Mets. I'm just getting ready to present the end of season awards, of course, and then after that we will play through the winter and build a squad. We will go one better next year. I'm really hopeful of that anyway. But before we get to anything, I just want to take a minute for a big thank you to a new Patreon supporter of mine, Zachary Lawson. Thank you so much, mate. There is a link down in the description there for anybody who, if you are considering or would like to have a look at considering to support the channel. But as I always say, watching the channel is more than enough for me. So thank you to everybody that's watching right now, but especially a big special thank you to Zach. I should say too, all the award winners are also listed down there in the description. So if you want to see who won what and the ins and outs of the awards, that's all down there as well. But let's not waste any more time. Let's go and get to this award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 2021 New York Mets End of Season Awards! Oh, hello. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Oh, it's a great night. Thank you. It's so good to be here, of course, at Madison Square Gardens. And I tell you what, it's been a good season, hasn't it? I mean, it's easy to look back on disappointment with what has happened in sort of more recent times, but let's look back with some pride, guys. We are National League champions. We took the World Series all the way to a Game 7. We were literally one game away. So that's nothing to sneeze at. We've done really well. There's obvious disappointment there, but I think there should be a lot of pride as well at what we've achieved this year. And I think we should, it's the only really right way to start this evening by giving the players a well-deserved, hearty round of applause. Well done, guys. I'm proud of every one of you. But tonight, of course, is all about awards, and the first award is most wins by a pitcher. And I don't think there's any surprise who this goes to. With 18 wins, another stunning season, it's Noah Syndergaard. Now it's time for the highest batting average, and I tell you what, this man almost single-handedly carried us to a World Series title. He batted at 308. It's Jeff McNeil. Next up, it is the Golden Bullseye. Now, of course, this award goes to the batter most hit by pitchers. And this year, with 18 strikes of the ball in the batting box, it's my boy, Blue. Next up, it is the Big Willie Ramos Trophy, otherwise known as the Golden Anchor, the man who drags us down by hitting into the most double plays. And this year, the winner is Oh, shock and awe in the auditorium here. The winner is actually my boy Blue, 23. Well done, Blue. Next up is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who issues the most walks. And this year, with a stunning 80 walks issued, it's Jacob deGrom. The next award is the Golden Glasses, awarded to the batter who needs them most, the batter who has struck out the most through the past season. And this year, with 152 strikeouts, most of those in the World Series, it's my boy Blue again. He's cleaning up this evening. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher with the most strikeouts. And this year, with 259 strikeouts, it's Noah Syndergaard. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to the batter who sweeps the bases, the man with the most RBIs. And this year, with 83 RBIs, it's the one and only. He's won everything there is. It's Blue. The next award is a pitching one, best ERA. And with a 1.84 ERA, it's Justin Wilson. The next award is for most home runs hit. And it's a record under my management, 32. And it goes again. Blue Alonso, get up here, mate. Now it's time for one of the big ones. It's the Horse's Ass, awarded to this year's worst player. There was a lot of competition for this, and I tell you what, Blue, he really wanted to do a clean sweep. He really made a late run for this during the playoffs. But there's only one man. He made £20 million this year. He refused to play AAA despite being rubbish. Robinson Cano, Grandpa, you are the Horse's Ass. Now it's time to crown the pitching king, the king of the mound, with the best pitcher award. Now there is a formula that is used for this. You can find that down in the description. But this year, with a stunning score of 86.11, it's Noah Syndergaard. And now it's time to award the best batter. And once again, there is a formula to determine this, and you can find that formula down in the description. But this year, with 65.88 score, it's a good one. And the winner is Eberhard Morlock. And now for the big one, we award the player of the season as chosen by the general manager for this year's season. Now, we're a pitching team. We only have one pitcher for a third year in a row, the Golden All-Star. It's Noah Syndergaard. So there we have it. Another awards evening comes to an end. It's been a really, really good night. Congratulations to Noah and the rest of the winners, particularly Blue. Well done, mate. Can somebody give Blue a hand hauling all these trophies out of here, please? But anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody in the auditorium. Thank you for everybody watching at home. And we'll see you next season at Citi Field. Well done, everybody. Enjoy your night. So there we go. That is the award winners for this year. Now, if you are interested in sort of the second and third places for the batting and pitching awards, the second in the pitching award was Jacob deGrom. His score was 53.56, and Diaz was third, 50.23. So close for second and third, but it was night and day between Syndergaard and the rest. And for the batters, Ebert Morlock, as you know, was the winner. Second was Gormore with a score of 41.78, and third was Blue with a score of 35.39. That's how I added up. If you want to check my maths, you can. Or the formula I think I used, again, it's down in the description there if you are so interested as to check. Now, let's have a quick look. There's some things here that I just thought were quite interesting. If we go to history here, if we go to batters, there was some actually records set this season. If we go to doubles, this is assuming that I can scroll down here and find doubles, and we will see that Ebert Morlock set a new club record, 48 doubles and a New York single-season New York Mets record. So well done to him. If we go down to triples, I've gone too far. Triples in a no, it's overall. Overall triples, Ahmed Rosario is now sitting 9th all time. And I tell you what, he's not that far away. If he does survive the cold, then there will be a cold this summer, I think. Or this winter, sorry. It's baseball, isn't it? He's a season or two away, perhaps, from getting as far up as number 3 or 4 in that list. So that's good for him. And Conforto, if we go to home runs, is number 7 all time in the Mets, which is quite the achievement. To be fair to him, just under 150. He is one that could be on the chopping block this year. He's in our team as a power hitter, and I think there's better power hitters available. But that's sort of some records that was set this year. On the hitting side of things. Now, on the pitching side of things, as you would imagine, deGrom and Syndergaard feature quite prominently. If we go to ERA, is it now? Am I doing this? Oh, this is. I'm just looking at my notes here. This is all time, I think. Syndergaard is up to 4, and deGrom is to 6. Now, deGrom's more likely to go down than up, I think, right now. But they are up there and sitting prominently. Now, if we go to career wins, again, we have Syndergaard sitting there in 7th and deGrom in 8th. And again, I mean, Noah's sort of going at 18 wins a season right now. By the end of next season, he'll be sitting 4th. And I tell you what, if we keep him, as long as I'd like to keep him, he will end up number 1 in that list, I have no doubt. And even by the end of this next coming season, deGrom should be up to 4th as well. Well, he'll actually be 5th because he'll be behind Syndergaard. But they're just continually up there. Now, if we go down to saves, now career saves, Familia is sitting there in 3rd, Diaz in 4th. Now, Familia, he's leaving when his contract's up this year, so that he won't go any higher than that. But you know what? That's a good career, isn't it? To be sitting up there in its 3rd all time. Another thing we want to look at here is now there's sort of stats here that can change, sort of the averages. I know ERA can change as well. So Syndergaard and deGrom feature quite prominently in a lot of those things, but I'm looking more at sort of accumulative records just now. So like walks per 9 innings, I think they're both up there, or certainly Syndergaard is, but that could change when his career's done. We'll go back and we'll have a look at how that's looking. But career strikeouts for the Mets, Syndergaard sitting there in 6th, but even higher than him is deGrom in 4th. Now, I'm interesting to see if, I mean, he's 300 behind, but you'd imagine slowly but surely Syndergaard will start and reel him in. But they could easily, at the end of next season, be sitting 2nd and 3rd in that list. That's just sort of how prolific they can be on their day. Now that's sort of everything. What we'll do now is we will continue to play through the postseason and look to build this team. Just a quick reminder, I don't want this to go on for too long, but just a quick reminder of the upcoming free agents. There they are there. As I said, what's his face is leaving. Why is it? That just has batters, all players. Familia's leaving. Lugo's leaving as well. They're sort of the main two. Konenko, we've already released, actually. They said there was an auto-renew on his contract, even though it was up, so I just kind of shuffled him out the door before it had a chance to auto-renew. So that's given us $14 million on the bank balance. But coming up shortly, we will have the Major League Baseball awards, so we'll come back for those. And anything else that happens trade-wise, I will be sure to keep you fully up to date. Alright, so we have some end-of-season news here. We've got the review of our goals from the chairman or the boss or whatever it's called in baseball. Is it the owner? The owner, probably, isn't it? So you can see there, obviously we achieved a winning record. He's happy with that. Improved the team stats. We made a marked improvement on stolen bases. It wasn't quite the top 6, but we improved from our previous of 15th. We'll continue to look I like stealing bases, so we'll keep looking to do that. Craig Kimbrell, obviously I decided to let him go. Not happy with that, the old owner, but he's fine. We made the World Series. What's he going to do? Fire me? Acquire a player. He wanted a Golden Glove player. The best we got was Luis Gonzalez. He's not really a Golden Glove winner, is he? But we could have done worse, so he's indifferent on that one. Congratulations, we made the World Series. That was basically what he wanted to do in the next 6 years. We've done it in sort of the next 2 or 3, whatever it took us, since we got given that task. So yeah, obviously the next step is to go and win the series, which obviously we'll try and do. So we've got the goals here: win a championship, improve your team home runs. We're looking to do that this summer. Not summer, it's baseball. This winter. Acquire a Gold Glove winner. I'd love to do that. Have a final total balance of $24 million. I'm assuming that's in the finances. And build a team that can win the Premiership, or the Championship, I should say. Once again, it's not football. New budget. Let's have a look here. We will have $280 million to spend on team expenses. So about $240 million on player wages. That should be fine. We'll check all that in the front office here. What do we got here? Honourable the former pitcher Justin as the clubhouse. He's in Congress. What the hell? Verlander's in Congress. The former announced his rally, his home city, that he was throwing. It's the U.S. House of Representatives. Well, I tell you what. They always say don't mix sport and politics, and the game's gone there. Verlander, I don't know. Would he be a Republican or would he be a Democrat? He's from Texas, isn't he? No, he's from Virginia. I don't know. I don't know if Virginia. I don't really understand how U.S. state politics works. But there we go. Let me know in the comments. Is Justin Verlander a Republican or a Democrat? And let's just not get any further than that on U.S. politics. But what do we think? He's running for the House of Representatives. Is he running as a Democrat or is he running as a Republican? Maybe he's an independent. Maybe we're trying to throw him. Cano has retired. Oh, we've insulted him. He's taken the horse's ass and he's left the building. So that's it. Robinson Cano. I tell you what, a right average of 301. What's that? 2,300 games. 336. So you can read it all there. But that's a good career. But thank Christ he's retired. Other players retiring. Konenko's retired. Well, he's already left anyway. We'd already got rid of him. He didn't spend much of his career in Major League Baseball, so that's neither here nor there. I couldn't get Edgardo Alfonso to stay on. I think had Brian Crabb not worked out as manager, he was the next guy I was going to give a go to. He did okay in our lower minor league system, but he was never anything particularly special. So unfortunately, he's left. A few others are leaving. The off season begins, guys. We'll be back when we have some awards to announce. All right, the Golden Gloves have been announced, and we got one. Luis Gomorre at second base was the Golden Glove, or the best defenders announced by National League. Anyway, so there we go. So we didn't get the catcher, or the pitcher. We didn't get the catcher. Hosmer first base, Gomorre second base. Go on, son. There we go. Third baseman, shortstop, and the outfielders as well. Well, we may be a chance. I think we maybe moved the outfielders around too much to have somebody sort of nailed on in that position, but Louis Gomorre, there it is right there. He's got his little Golden Glove. Well done to him. I wonder if that means we've achieved that goal now in the owners' goals. Anyway, it's award season. We'll be back for the next one. So it's reliever of the year and Dr. That is a great name. Can we trade for this guy just purely for the name alone? Sean Doolittle. I love that name. Anyway, he's the reliever of the year. Diaz was fourth for us, and then Wilson that would be sixth. So there we go. We can see the points there. We were quite a ways off, to be fair. But there we go. That is the relievers of the year. Outstanding pitcher of the year award. What's this? So this must be a guy I've got shortlisted, is it? Anyway, next award. So now it's time for the Platinum Sticks. It doesn't look like we've got anybody there for this one. I thought maybe Syndergaard would be an outside chance for pitcher. But we can see there, catcher for No, that was no different guy. Now this guy, he got he was the Golden Glove as well, wasn't he? So we might look to trade for this guy. What's a third baseman, really good defender, really good at a bat, free agent, coming up free agency. Well, I think we know what our big go-to guy might be this year. Nolan Arenado. He's gonna be in demand, isn't he? He's already on $35 million a year. It's a lot of cash, but could we squeeze him in if we put him at third base? More luck at shortstop. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what the next award is, but we'll come back for that. It's Rookie of the Year, and I thought it might be Ebert Morlock, but he's been pipped to it by Gorman. Who the hell are you, Gorman? What a muppet this guy is. 21 years old. He's quite good, isn't he? Home run power, shortstop. You might just add him to the... Oh, no, he's already on my short list. There we go. Just shows I can spot a player, doesn't it? But he's pipped him to it. He's pipped Ebert Morlock to the Rookie of the Year, and that's outrageous, I think. Absolutely outrageous. He's not a bad third baseman, Ebert Morlock, is he? Tell you what, where did this come from? That wasn't... Oh, that's OSS, not... He's actually quite good, Ebert Morlock, isn't he, really? We're paying him 20... Oh, wow, he better be good for that. I didn't realize we were paying so much money. Anyway, Rookie of the Year. We just missed out. What's up next? Let's find out. It's Manager of the Year, and this is absolutely outrageous. I haven't got it. I've gone to the World Series, and I haven't got Manager of the Year. I think I might just quit. This is ridiculous. He's done it again, second time in 3 years. Noah Syndergaard, Cy Young Award winner for the National League. And he's absolutely walked it, hasn't he? Way ahead of Clayton Kershaw. Who's that clown? Never heard of him. deGrom was up there fourth. So I tell you what, deGrom's actually quite good still, isn't he? Fourth in the voting or whatever. I'm assuming it's voting. So there we go. We've got first and fourth, but Syndergaard does it again. He's now 2 Cy Young awards. Is that what that is? You missed the year, but 2 Cy Young awards. He's an absolute weapon, isn't he? And he did get the Platinum Stick one year as well. I wasn't dreaming that. Anyway, we have another Cy Young award added to our collection of pitching staff. Excellent stuff. I think there's still more awards, so we'll come back for the last one. There's MVP, of course. I knew there was something else. I just couldn't quite think of what it is. And it is, I tell you what, it's our new third baseman we're going to try and get. He's won MVP. That's just about fair enough, I'd say. He certainly led the league in a few different things down here, didn't he? Yeah, the problem is if we get him, it's what do we do with Morlock and McNeil? But he's an upgrade on both of them, really. So we'll find a way. But there we go. As far as our guys go, Syndergaard got in there. What's that? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Anything else by the Mets? deGrom was in the reckoning there as well. And that is it. And if you're interested in the National League MVP, which you just might be, there's the top few there. I tell you what, you guys might be interested in the pitching Cy Young thing for them as well. So there's the pitching for the American League. Anyway, that's it for the award season. That's done. Next up, I think we have arbitration and free agency. So fun times are about to begin. All right, arbitration has happened. I really don't understand arbitration. I feel like either you have a contract or you don't have a contract at a certain amount of money, but that's just my non-American brain unable to get my head around it. So Ahmed Rosario, he's got a 1-year contract worth $1.6 million. He wanted $2 million. I tell you what, he's a deal at either of those because he's quite a good defensive player. I'm almost wondering if we should just try and sign him up for a longer term deal. Anyway, let's not worry about that right now. Brandon Nimmo gets $12 million a year. He wanted 15. I tell you what, Brandon, you're not worth. I love your treadmill, but you're not worth. I don't even know if you're worth $12 million a year, to be honest. He's a free agent at the end of next season. I was going to say, do we get rid? But if he's a free agent at the end of next season, we might as well keep him for one more and kind of see what he does. I love treadmill. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I really, really like treadmill. Albert Amore gets 1.6. He wanted a little bit more than that. I think we may have outgrown Albert Amore, to be honest. My boy Blue gets just over $5 million, more than we had offered him. I tell you what, we should just tie him down, shouldn't we, my boy Blue? We might even just look to do that. We'll see how we're going here. Jeff McNeil gets $4.8 million. He is worth every cent of that. We should have given him what he demanded. He was just amazing in the postseason, wasn't he? He was really, really good. But you do wonder if we can upgrade. That said, Edwin Diaz gets $11 million. He wanted 10, or we'd offered him 10, sorry. So more than he asked for, but he's good. I mean, he let us down a little bit in the World Series, but he's generally good. He's a free agent at the end of next year as well. So this could be the last year we have Diaz then, depending on what he would ask for. I certainly don't want to go much higher than that, I don't think. Seth Lugo, how are you still a Met, mate? Honestly, he's a free agent at the end of next year. we might just try and trade. He's decent enough, I guess. We might even, I don't know. I don't think we use him, that's the problem. So there's the arbitration hearings, done for another year. That was exciting, wasn't it? Okay, so free agency has happened now. So I thought we'd have a look at the front office here. We have $67 million for free agents and $80 million to spend on extensions. Now, I think if we trade for players, it comes out of that, doesn't it? I'm almost willing to get the bats in. I'm willing to say anybody but Syndergaard is tradable here. See how we go. Now let's have a look at the free agency here. We'll do the international ones first. We've got a Czech Republic guy, left-handed starting pitcher, not bad stamina. I do like. I mean, it's because I'm not American, so you know I do like signing foreign players that sort of aren't typically from baseball countries. I wonder what he would ask for. Could we get in another big name pitcher? He doesn't like Crab. I mean, nobody likes crabs really, mate, but you've just got to deal with it sometimes. All right, how doesn't he even know Crab? Anyway, Luis Tejada, a Venezuelan. Is Brian Crab going to be a personality problem here? No, maybe not. So that's not bad. 7-8 million. Sorry, what am I looking at here? I'm looking at the seasons. 11-13 million. Not bad. I tell you what, that's not the worst. He's a lefty as well, isn't he? As things stand right now, we're kind of looking at, sort of a Pakistani. I didn't even know they played baseball in Pakistan. They don't, apparently. Never mind. A Mexican here, Flores. No, I mean, I think we might be going downhill very quickly here. A Spanish guy. No. First baseman out of Spain. No, not really. He's no blue, is he? We've got a second baseman here out of Mexico. No, it might be a bit of a rough end of the stick here, but I tell you what. 31. He can't really play second base, but what would he want? What does he want? 9 million. That seems reasonable. That seems very, very reasonable. He's got the gap power, the discipline. We'll add him to the short list. The problem, okay, so I'm sort of thinking out loud here. He's better than McNeil, isn't he? He is better than McNeil. He's not as defensively as good. But if we have Gomorrah, we'll see what we can get. But that's got me thinking, I'll be honest. That's really... Griff, how would you feel about becoming a Met, mate? We've got a couple of others here. We've got a Costa Rican. No. And we have another Costa Rican, a left fielder. And I'm going to say no to that one as well. So there's a couple there we could look at. And in Major League Baseball, now this is the guy we want, isn't it? This is the guy we want. We're just going to go in for him now, I think. He was the MVP of the league. He wants a lot of money. I mean, the thing is that we can kind of afford it. An 8-year deal. See, this is going into grandpa territory, though, isn't it? I don't want to play a 38-year-old, £45 million. Sorry. Could we do it? Could we do you a shorter deal? Could we do you 5 years? 50. I don't want to pay you $50 million. I don't want to pay anybody $50 million. I'm just opposed to that much money to a single player. If he gets injured, you know, then it's too much, isn't it? It's too much. He was on 35, so I tell you what. We'll see what else is available. I'd say 38 million. He's not gonna do this. I realize that, but that would be the max that I would want. I think. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, it's too late in the comments, but let me know what you think. I just think that's too much money. It's to be Grand Park all over again. We've just got rid of the old man clogging up all the wages. We don't really need a catcher. I mean, he's a good catcher, but we have a lot of catchers in our system. We have a right-handed pitcher. I mean, he's not bad, is he? He's not bad. What would he want? No, I think there was better options. The international guy was better than they were for less money, wasn't he? Javier Baez. Okay, second base again. Now, he's a better fielder, isn't he? But he's not as good a hitter as that the Belize guy is, Griff. 18, 20, 25 million. Yeah, I'd think about it. I would definitely think about it. Who else we got here? Peacock. Decent, but I don't... Yeah, he's not screaming, come and sign me. Another catcher. We don't need catchers. We're well served for catchers. A third baseman. No. It's a bit of a... Not a great year for free agents, is it? Paxton. He is a starting pitcher. He doesn't have the movement, which is a problem, but he's not bad other than that. Is he a Canadian as well? So it's a non-traditional... That's too much money, I think, for him. Yeah, I don't think we need a starting pitcher that badly. Third baseman. I'll tell you what, he can pretty much field anywhere. He's a third baseman, but third base is his worst position. That doesn't make much sense to anybody, does it? He's a Yankee, so we really don't want to sign. Oh, Enrique Hernandez. He murdered us in a game, didn't he? I just couldn't sign him. He's hurt my feelings. And Correa, shortstop, good fielder, decent hitter actually. What would he want? What did he do last year? 286, 31 home runs, 35 mil. I don't know. Is he worth 35 mil? Is he worth 35 mil? Maybe he is. Oh, it's so many decisions. Anyway, guys, that's the free agents. I'll try and work my magic, and we'll come back when we have some signings, some trades, or something of note. Well, I've done a trade. I thought I'd done a good trade, but the reactions to the fans at the loss of Andrés Giménez are terrible. We got Christian Yelich, though. And I've heard of Christian Yelich, and he's good. And I think he might be just what we need in terms of power. We can play in the outfield, left or right field. We'll probably play him in left field, and maybe you move Mayora over to right field. The only downside to this is that he's a free agent at the end of this year. So maybe we've just lost Giménez for 1 year of Yelich. I don't know how much money he's going to want, but he's only $15 million for this year. I feel confident that we could keep him. I mean, this is Giménez. He's good. I mean, he's a good base runner. He's good, but I feel like we have better shortstops in the club anyway. The only thing he is that he's a really, really good base runner. But are we going to keep someone because they're a good base runner? Like, that doesn't make sense. I get that he's only 23. Maybe he could improve a little bit. OSA ratings are roughly the same. I don't know. Let me know what you think on the comment. He's a hard worker. Like, he's a good egg, I guess would be the term. But I just feel like we've got in... Like, Yelich is good. Yelich is really good. He's 30. I get he's older. I think I've done the right thing. I mean, he's a good base runner as well. It's not like I've traded him, I've traded Giménez for, like a horse and cart. Like, he's quick. He's a good base runner. He's a good outfielder. Some might call him uncommonly friendly, so he's a good egg as well. I think we've done a good thing here, boys. We've got Christian Yelich. Okay, we've got another signing to announce. Griff McNeil is a New York Met. I did end up going through with it. A £9 million a year. Was it a 2025? Is that how many? I forget how many years it was. A 4-year contract. So it takes him up till he's 35. That's right. I didn't want to sign till he's too old, but I don't expect this guy to play, to be honest. Not day to day. I don't think he'll be in our everyday team. But what he is he'll be, I think, a really good pinch hitter. We can play him if we're playing a team that we think we might need some runs against. Really good. I mean, good contact, good gap power, which I've been told is good, but good discipline at the plate, which I like as well. Difficult to strike out, like treadmill, will get the walks, will hit home runs. I think he'll be a good all-round addition. And like I say, he's not the best defensively. But I think, I tell you what, he's better than Robertson Cano, isn't he? That's for sure. So yeah, I think he will be a nice little pickup for us. Even if he doesn't necessarily play every day. And a Belizean as well, which is nice, something different. But there we go. Griff McNeil is a New York Met. For those of you interested, the Baseball Hall of Fame has inducted some new members. Alex Rodriguez, David Ortiz, Barry Bonds, all controversial, and Roger Clemens. And you can see there's a couple of others there. Sammy Sosa's missed out. Has Torrey Hunter, Adam Dunn. Well, you can read it all there. So there we go. That's the update of the Hall of Fame in-game. Yeah, it's Aussie Villain. Is it done? Are you sure? Alright, fine. I'll break it to the guys. Guys, if you can just gather around quickly for me, please. I've got some news. It might be upsetting for some of you. But we've got to. I want you to hear it from me and not in the media. Now, obviously, there are some new faces around here. So, Yelich, Griff, I trust the guys will make you feel welcome, guys. You know, new teammates, make them feel welcome. But obviously, there's some of us that will notice there's some faces missing. Now, one in particular has been a very big part of our team, certainly during my time at the club. So it's a bit of a sad day. But I'm sure you will understand that, you know, players need to move on, and we move on as a club with and without, even though some people that move on we will miss dearly. I'm sort of blabbering on a bit here. The only real way to say this, guys, is that one of our own has joined the Orioles. Familia is no longer a Met. Well, I mean, I knew that Familia was a clubhouse cancer, but, I mean, we've actually got a message saying that the clubhouse is happy he's left. And as you've just seen, absolute scenes in there as well, but... yeah, they're very happy that he's left. He has joined the Baltimore Orioles, so good luck to them, I guess. How much did they pay him, I wonder? He is on way less than what we had him on, so that hasn't worked out for him, has it? Just out of curiosity, I wonder what the dressing room atmosphere chemistry is like. Look at that, already on the up with him having left. We've got a couple of selfish players there, perhaps lacking some leaders. But you know, it's not even preseason yet, so that's plenty of time for that to all change. But yeah, Familia has left, and it is happy days. Okay, we are at the start of spring training, which means that basically we're at the end of the episode. Now, I thought we'd have a quick look at our staff that we have now. Obviously, Bruce Crabb, is going to be the manager. We might introduce him more properly next episode, but we sort of saw him when we brought him in. But the bench coach, we have an Aussie. I had to get an Australian in there somewhere, didn't I? I mean, he seems to be doing okay so far. We think we brought him in at the time that Dusty Baker went rogue. I think we had this guy come in. Our pitching coach, who's doing quite a good job, I would say. ERA is getting it down and down each year, which is what we like to see. So really, really happy with how he's doing. That is excellent stuff. We brought him in from the Nationals. Actually, we brought him in from the Nationals for last season. And you can see, well, he did a really good job with our pitching, didn't he? So that's good. Hitting coach is Tom Hares. I think it's how you pronounce that. We brought him in from the Red Sox. And again, last year, he may have been down on what he's done in previously, but I think towards the end of the year, we could really see our batting improving. So that's really, really good. And I think what I like about this guy too is that he fixes the problems rather than sort of focusing on a specific part of hitting. So I think that's almost exactly what we need. So hopefully he'll be here with us for a long, long time. And just as a quick reminder, this is our scouting director. He's done a wonderful job so far for us. I think he's uncovered a few gems. And then we have Bruce Chickalow as the trainer, the physio, whatever you want to call it. He's not the best at arms. I mean, you're not going to get much better than that. I do wonder if there's maybe a more rounded. He just seems a little bit really low in certain areas, but he's done a good job. I mean, we can't really say that we've had problems with injuries for the most part. So that is all good. Now, quick update on some things. Yelich's contract is up at the end of this year. He wants $45 million. That's what he wants right now to stay. That could be doable. We'll see how he goes this year, but you can see we're in a really good position financially. We still have $26 million to spend on free agents. Most of the free agents have been snapped up at this point. The one guy, the Rockies third baseman, he ended up going to the Yankees for $40-odd million. The problem with the third base is that's where Morlock is playing. Now, he might be marginally better than Morlock. He probably is better than Morlock, but I like Morlock. You know, he's our German friend. And I didn't want to get stuck with him not having anywhere to play because it's the only place defensively he can kind of get away with. And money for extensions, we have $54.5 million. So we have plenty of money if we do want to look to extend Yelich's contract. It'll be an extra $30 million on what we have right now. No problem. We can afford that. So that's good. The one thing I am maybe wondering, seeing how much money we have for free agents, is should we have gone and got another pitcher for the starting rotation? This is what it's looking like at this point coming into spring training. Obviously, Syndergaard, Cy Young award-winning Syndergaard as the first slot in there. deGrom as second in the rotation. Peterson will go third. You can see he's ever improving, still getting better. So we might expect really big things from him this season because he was wonderful for the most part last year. Chris Flexen will go at the number 4 spot. I think he's just a good, solid pitcher, to be honest. He had a really good year last year. If he can do that for us again, we'll be more than happy. And starting off, we're going to give Franklin, I've got to learn how to say this, on a Kilomi, to start as the fifth starter in the rotation. I think he's potentially quite good. He's never really let us down when he's pitched for us. So yeah, we'll give him a sort of a proper look in at the season to start in the rotation. And you can see there that the bullpen we're looking at, most of the regulars. John Schreiber, we've called him in. He's over his injuries. I think he doesn't have the stamina to be a starting pitcher, but I think he only 2 pitches. But I think he'll be a really good. We've got to obviously fill in for Familia, but I think he can do that job. And what we've done is we've moved Garcia into like literally the role that Familia was in, and he's not that much worse than him, and he can still improve, as you can see. So I don't think we lose too much there. The other person that's been called back in is Villanez. He didn't play much last year. He did come in and he was horrible. He got 9 games, ERA of 9. We kind of just, take a year off, mate. Take a year off. So he'll be back up in the majors this year. Hopefully, he'll have a much better season. And a couple of guys you see here we'll look at in spring training as well. So we'll see. But that's kind of what I'm looking at for a pitching or a sort of lineup and bullpen. Now, our sort of basic lineup here for this upcoming season, you can see there's a bunch of players in there right now just because of spring training. But this is this lineup that I'm looking at. Jeff McNeil leading off, playing second base. Did really well there last year. Ebert Morlock, he'll play at third base. You can see third base is not too bad, but he's a really good hitter as well. Batting at third and playing in right field. I think we'll play him in right field. We might play him in left field. That could be changeable. But Christian Yelich batting number 3. Excellent stuff. My boy Blue, I think we go with him at 4 still. For the most part, he was good last year. Just a disappointing end to the year. Number 5, Odenthal will be back from his injury. Is good, solid number 5 hitter there, I think. So looking forward to having him back fit. Big Willie Ramos goes at 6. He's always done quite well for us. A little bit streaky perhaps, but he's never really let us down. Juan Mayora can go at number 7. We know he's just a solid, just does the job, doesn't he? I think we might play him in left field, and we might put Yelich in right field. That might be the best way to go there in terms of defensively. And Guamore, who's always done quite well for us, to be fair, he will bat number 8. So I think we've got a decent looking hitting lineup. Other guys that could still come in. Smith can still come in and hit. He's a good hitter. Obviously, Griff, who we've just bought in on 9 mil, he can come in and hit for us. He's a right-hander as well, so we might even, against lefties, we have McNeil, left-handed second baseman hitter, and Griff is a right-handed second baseman hitter. Other guys here of note, obviously Ahmed Rosario is always been solid, always batted, not that great. He was okay last year, batted 246. So he's solid as well. Conforto, of course, is still around. We could look to use him in a trade, but he's climbing the list of all-time Mets home run hitters, so I kind of want to see how high we can get him in that. Gonzalez as well is another one. Just a good, solid outfield bench guy that can come in and do a job for us. And, of course, Brandon Nimmo as well. Good old treadmill. He never lets us down, really, does he? So that's how we're looking. Let me know what you think. I think I was maybe hoping for a little bit more, but I think we've done enough. Yelich is the big name. Griff comes in and I think adds a little bit of depth to the hitting as well. And the pitching was pretty much fine as it was. So I think that's okay. Let me know what you think in the comments. But until next time, guys, we'll go through spring training. And next time we will get the season underway. It'll be opening day. We'll send out our new stars and see how we do. Can we go one better next year? We'll find out. Don't forget to like if you have enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. And let me know what you think of the new signings, of how we've done in preseason in the comments. But I'll see you on Wednesday for opening day. Take care.